Okay, let's talk about why you should learn English while exercising. So, first of all, you should be active. You should do exercise, walk, or ride a bike, hike, maybe exercise at the gym. You should be active. You should exercise and do things. It's healthy for you. Of course, we need it. We need to exercise. We need to work our muscles, our heart, all of it, all of that. And we should do this often. You should do this frequently. So more than once a week, hopefully. So this is the first reason why you should do these two things together. Number one, it's good for your health. And number two, it helps you find time to learn English. Okay? If you feel like you don't have a lot of time in your day to exercise, to learn English, to spend time with your family, then you can combine two of these things. You can combine exercise and learning English so that you have more time to do these things. So if you're watching this video right now, you're practicing English, but you might not be doing anything else. Maybe you're just sitting on the couch or lying on the bed or sitting at a table, but you can also listen to this video while you walk, for example. Or maybe you can go to the gym and use the bicycle, and you can watch this video while you ride a bike or while you walk on the treadmill, that machine at the gym where you walk. You can combine this practice with some exercise. That's a good idea. And when you do this, it can help you with your exercise because your brain is not only thinking about the exercise. For example, sometimes when you run, you're just thinking about how hard it is, how tired you are, and so that makes it harder to run. But if you're concentrated on an English podcast or an English video or something like that, your brain is not only thinking about the exercise and how hard it is, so that can help you with your exercise. And I think that when you do two things at the same time, like exercise and language learning, and those things are productive, they are good, you feel very good about this. You feel productive, you feel satisfied because you're doing two things that are good for you at the same time. I feel great when I practice my languages and exercise at the same time. It feels fantastic because I'm saving time, I'm spending time doing productive things, I'm being healthy, and just feel good to do this. In general, I can't multitask well. I'm very bad at multitasking, but I can walk and listen to something in another language or even practice my speaking. I can do this. So if you feel like you can't multitask, well, you can probably still combine exercise and language learning or some types of exercise maybe. So if I can do it, you can do it. And like I said, it feels great. You'll feel good about yourself when you do this. Okay, now let's talk about how to do this. How can you practice your English while you're exercising? Well, maybe the easiest thing to do is listening practice. You can use YouTube videos like this or podcasts, and if you can use your hands, like maybe you're working, you can easily rewind, put the video back 10 seconds or 15 seconds. I do this sometimes. I turn on the subtitles, the captions for YouTube videos that I'm using, so that if I'm walking and I hear a word I don't understand, I can look down and see what word it is. So I'd like to do that. And you can also listen again to things you've already listened to, because maybe you don't concentrate as much on the video or the podcast when you are exercising, because you are also exercising. It's not the same as sitting at a desk and watching the video. So because you're concentrating a little less, maybe you don't want to listen to new things. Maybe you can listen to something you listened to yesterday and you already know what the video is about, so it helps you understand more. Maybe so you can do listening practice, you can also do speaking practice. I speak to myself while I'm working and while I'm hiking. I speak French to myself out loud if I can, meaning I say the words or in my head, and I use a translator app to translate words and phrases that I don't know how to say, but I want to say them. And when I see a new phrase that I want to learn, I even create flashcards. While I'm walking, while I'm hiking, I use a flashcard app and make flashcard with new words and phrases. So I do all of that while I'm walking or while I'm hiking. I do speaking practice. I also review flashcards while I'm working or sometime while I'm hiking. I use the flashcard app and I review my words and phrases. Of course, I walk a little more slowly when I do this. I need to be careful, and you should be careful if you do this. So, of course, using the translator app or the flashcard app require your hands. You need to use your hands. So you can't do this or for every exercise. You can't do this if you are lifting weights unless you take breaks between lifting wait and use the apps, right? So do what you can do, but do it safely. Okay, of course, if you're working, you need to pay attention. You don't want to fall down, of course. So even if you can't use your phone while you're exercising, you can still practice your speaking. You can't look up new words maybe, but you can still practice talking, and that really good practice. So you can do that even if you can't use your phone while you're exercising. So you won't be 100% focused and concentrated on the English practice while you're exercising, but it's still good. You are still being productive. You are still learning and practicing. So it's a great thing to do. Some people think that they can only learn English when they are at home and concentrated and they have no distractions. It can be hard to find a lot of time like that. So I think it's better to use your time when you exercise to practice English too. You should also use all the time to practice your English at home when you can do it on your computer or in silence. That's good too. But why not you use your exercise time to practice more? I think that's great, and that's what I love to do, and I will continue to do. Even this morning, I practiced French or almost an hour while working. I did flashcards, I spoke French, I translated things, I listened to French, I did all of that, and I also walked 3 miles. So I had a productive morning, and I think that it's great to do this thing together.